brothers and sisters, generals, family, current subscribers, new subscribers, anybody that view, I salute you, and may that great divine bring nothing but blessings and prosperity in our lives to make us strong and make us, go deep within that great divine self so we can pull out that potential that many of us have, just got to reach in. As I like to say, we alive and breathing. We are back to conquer another day, another year, and another decade. So, we just have to, stay with it, stay with that great divine spirit that many melanated brothers and sisters have. We just got to reach in and pull it out. Many of us speak on things like this and teach on things like that, but each individual has to know we can reach and teach all day long, but we have to incorporate it in our lives and get it in our subconscious righteously. Always harbor those righteous tools deep within our subconscious. And I always honor thy ancestors, and it's not a fad. It's not a style. It's not something trying to be cool. That's why I got in my subscription. And the reason why I honor thy ancestors is because we, as melanated brothers and sisters, we will be ancestors one day, so that's why I always will respect. And I'm talking about brother or sister that way before social media that fought hard through tooth and nail with the least amount of tools to get a lot of us in that great divine space. So that's why I do that, so everybody has their own opinion and ideologies about, our ancestors. But myself, after things I have went through and the studying I've done, and with some ancestors, man, sacrificed their lives to get many of us in a lot of us wouldn't be in the space we're in if it wasn't for our ancestors. Now I'm talking about ancestors far and near. So I just want to make that clear. Now, nothing against anyone else that has their own opinion. But remember, brothers and sisters, we too will be ancestors. So, those of us that put the work in on this journey in lifting people and teaching people, I don't think we would want people to remember the good qualities, how we cared and how we stood our ground and we spoke their truth when we were here. So that's what the conversation I was having with my son, Lord Lamont, on a father and son discussion I did yesterday. So it's on my channel. Just did it recently. A couple of days ago we did it. So it's right here on my channel. And matter of fact, I'll even put that in the end screen. And it's another podcast I'll put in the end screen. But this is like a thought intro. I like to call it a thought intro, where I say a little something before I get to the title. So, but that was just something that was tinkering around in my spirit. So, like I say, to each is his own. But me, oneself, I will always honor thy ancestors far and near, because as I said, many of us will be an ancestor. So that's why we honor those before us, those who meant well. Now, the real generals, brother or sister, and we know who they are. Most of us that have a heightened self-awareness and have a stable, righteous foundation, we know who the real heroes were, not the ones that this so-called matrix, quotation marks, try to tell us who our heroes are. So that's where intelligence come in. So I just wanted to say that. And like I said, we're going to be ancestors. So me, like I told my son on that father and son discussion yesterday, I wanted to be, like he said, I want to be remembered for the things I tried to add to the culture, righteous things, positive things. That's what I want those to remember when it's, one time to leave this planet. But as we all say, we transition, we don't die. So I just wanted to bring that up because, as we see my title here, intelligence and success is a state of mind. It's not material. It's not something, as we all say, can't get from the outside. It's something that just develops deep within us. And intelligence help us to become more aware of things that are important. And if you have that real rooted intelligence, now these are just theories and opinions, you will see the overall picture in everything, no matter where we stand. And that's how we build a strong psyche within ourselves. The seven senses, the see, hear, and feel, the psyche, and mind, soul, and body. Those are the seven senses, man, that we should study in our lives and in our bodies. I'm telling you, we can never go wrong, because once we got that intelligence deep within, of course, it's good to have education, as we all say, and You have to be educated on things, especially in these times. You better know something, but intelligence is a state of mind, and success is a state of mind. And I spoke on these things before, and then that's another podcast I'll put in the end screen, either the one about success or the one about intelligence, because I got two of them. I think I'll put success is a state of mind, just like uh, you know, these platforms we're using as an example. But I'm always trying to keep one's mind and everyone else that listens, reach your teacher, reach your teacher, salute family, anyone that listen, brother or sister, young or old. Always, it's just for me now, but whatever I can do to make oneself strong, that's what I would teach to others. And that's what it comes back to. Intelligence and success is a state of mind, because as we all have said and we all have heard, you can have book knowledge and still be a dumbass. Real talk. It's all how we carry ourselves. It's about having integrity, doing the right thing in the mix of so-called chaos. When you can stand in the middle of chaos and still do the right thing, that's intelligence and success. Because success and intelligence doesn't always mean money. Because as we see in the media, we got an individual that's in the media all over. Me and my son, Lord Lamont, and we spoke on that a little bit. How living a toxic life can ruin everybody you come in contact with. I'm talking about a real rotten to the core toxic life. Now, that's definitely not intelligence. And what's sad is a lot of individuals, and I'm talking about individuals that end up, maybe going into fame or get some type of position, leadership position, or somewhat of high status, and they don't know how to handle it. That's because they didn't have that intelligence before they went into it. Anything we're going into, like superstardom or spotlight, or we're an influencer, and we know we're going to be in front of people and people are going to be looking up to us, we better be intelligent and we better be real and not that toxic shit. Any mistake we have, any quirks, fix that shit if we're planning on being a leader or in the public eye, So that's how I look at entertainment, celebs, politics, stuff that's so-called in the spotlight, quotation marks. We use that as a teaching tool. Learn what not to do. And it doesn't take rocket science to know right from wrong. If you have some intelligence, a 9-year-old can be intelligent, because that's my son, Ethan, very intelligent, smart, and be saying stuff to me that just amazes me sometimes, along as with his siblings, Lord Lamont, my biological children, my spiritually adopted children, so very smart, and like I said, when you give children a little cushion, give them a little room to grow, some amazing things will manifest. But we got to have that love, sometimes soft love, sometimes tough love, it's got to be a balance there, because that's the only way we're going to learn. As I told my son, Lord Lamont, on that father and son discussion yesterday, my mom loved us dearly, my brother, my sister, but she also didn't play, but when we were young, we don't understand that, our parents, but as we get older, we stay with it, because where there's love, I actually heard this in the movies. I don't want to take it. Love can be more powerful than any addiction. And addiction can be anything, because there's so many things going on now. You can be addicted to drugs. You can be addicted to social media, attention, but real, divine, to the pit of the soul, genuine love is more powerful than any addiction. If you stay with it and keep it in your soul, I'm telling you, and intelligence and success plays a very important part in this, because it truly is a state of mind, because you have to have integrity. That's a state of mind. Everything, I know we hear, go within. I know we hear that so much, but there's just no other way. That's the only way you're going to live somewhat of a great life to our abilities, because no one's life is the same, as far as melanated brothers and sisters. But if we are on fire within, if we have that divine deep within, if we're connected to that divine force deep within our soul, and we know who we are, and we're not trying to run over nobody, we can get everything we need and want, and that brings me back to the individual that's in the media. I don't have to say names. We know who he is. He's plastered all over the media, but he brought it on himself, And I'm sure, and I'm talking about toxic individuals that may be in the public eye, that's being torn down right now. They had many choices. I know they did. And they had somewhat intelligence, because if they weren't intelligent, they wouldn't have got to the position that they are in. But they used their intelligence for evil and bad. And when are we going to learn, brothers and sisters? When are we going to learn that what we put out is what the hell we get back? That's more than just a saying or sounding cool. That, I heard a brother say, I don't want to take his stuff, but another brother I listened to on his platform, and many other reachers and teachers, brothers and sisters, salute, family members, man, it just got that real truth. Be thankful if anybody listening, you or we or us, if we are connected to somebody that's real, to keep us on the straight and narrow, so to speak. We need people like that in our lives. If we have an open mind and we listen, we can learn so much when we listen, and that's to that great divine, Mother Nature, and our righteous brothers and sisters out here that's reaching and teaching and mean well. And if you do listen and you have learned and you have elevated in your life, be thankful that you do. Because my own little statistic, my own little theory, those who listen to the righteous things of life are usually the most intelligent. Because when you listen, you have clarity. You don't miss things. You see things. You begin to have the art of anticipation. Intelligence can go a long way if used right. So back to the individual that's in the media, all over the media, and others like him. I always look at the situation and go to the core of it and look at the flip side. I made this podcast called The Hip Hop What If, and it had the picture of Tupac and Eazy on the front of it. For some reason, I couldn't push that. And I said a lot of, I'm not going to act like I'm the deepest brother in the world, but I did kind of hit to the bottom of the ocean in that podcast, but I couldn't get the video to push out. For some reason, I couldn't get it out. So I took it down, but I think I'm going to do another one, because I really did say some important things in there. And one of the things I said was I looked at the flip side of the situation with this individual that's really ruined his life, and he brought it on himself. I'm not condoning nothing that this brother did, because it's just terrible. But what if that brother didn't do that, and other individuals like him? I'm just using him as an example, because I go beyond this media shit, but I'll pick and choose. I'll pick from it, and use little parts of it for an example, because we're seeing what happens when you put shit up. What goes up must come down, especially if it's toxic. Toxic ripple effect. Now, what if this brother would have did everything different? What if he would have been positive and actually help people and not cause people, allegedly cause people demise or whatever? He could have got everything he got now. The same things he got, he wanted to get and have now. He could have had the same things if he could have did it all a positive way. He just wouldn't have had certain perks, certain things, That's what we got to learn, melanated brothers and sisters. Some things you have to learn to do without. It's not worth compromising ourselves. We have to learn to look at the overall picture. We pay attention to the present, but the righteous things in the present. We don't just, willy-nilly live in the moment, because the future is going to come. And that's something the whole world can agree on. The future is going to come. So something I like to say, I say 1,000 times, what we do righteous in the present will forever benefit us in the future. So it's really, when you look at the whole situation of this individual I'm talking about that's plastered over everybody's thumbnail and banner, it's really, when you really look at it, like I said, I'm not condoning what he did, because there's some messed up stuff he did. But it's on the flip side, it's really sad, because the aftermath, the children, I think about the children. I have children, others that have children. It's really going to have, I don't care how tough, the individual's children act on camera. We know what there's turmoil going on inside, and it's going to go on for a long time. I mean, the children going to have to seek therapy. And that's the part that's sad. It's the aftermath, So, and this individual didn't think about that. He thought about his own interests, how he could get his own lustful wants. And that's what happens when you, as I told my son on the Father and Son podcast yesterday, when you're free falling through life and you don't give a damn, you have no direction, it's like a train wreck waiting to happen. Bam! And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So that's why we have true intelligence deep within. Not just, and I'm talking about real intelligence. When we do the right, even when it's not easy. So we are leaders and teachers. We are not followers, God dog it. I'm going to say that to them blue in the face with a student spirit. So, intelligence, the ability to acquire and apply knowledge and skills. Man, the ability to acquire knowledge and skills properly, though, not in an evil way. Intellectual, mental capacity, intellect, righteous intellect. And then I'll say I haven't always spoke like this or thought like this. I educated oneself. I listened to other teachers, my mom or members of my family, just little righteous jewels here and there, to help oneself get better, because like I say, when you have an open mind and even some empathy, you learn things. You start to understand our brothers and sisters, even those who are going through a struggle, even maybe those that may not be that aware. But when you're aware of yourself, because it always starts with self, and then everything else, person, place, or thing, as me and my son, Lord Lamont, talked about. Once we know thyself, it just makes life so much more easier. Then you will understand those you come into, maybe those that come, even those that come against you, we'll understand them too. But we of course, we don't connect with them. We keep a distance from them. But at the same time, a real like-minded reacher or teacher, brother or sister, once we have at that certain level of heightened self-awareness, we know what's wrong with them too. But each individual has to go deep in that divine spirit deep within. That's the only way. That's the only way you're going to find answers. You can't sneak. You can't try to do things the easy way. You have to go through. Everybody has to go through that process. Speaking of my melanated brothers and sisters, there is no way around it. It's just different strokes for different folks. But as I said, intelligence and success is a state of mind. Everything that we want on the outside, we got to fight that battle deep within. Because I've said this before too. If we don't win that battle deep within, I don't care whatever battle that is, if it's holding us back, if we don't win that battle, we've already lost, because it's so much shit going on here on the outside coming at us at every angle. You better win that war within. It's not no if. You better win it. And I again, like I say, this for me too. This coming from a brother that's used to be shy and missed opportunities, and and now you get to a point where you start learning the art of not caring, and always throw in there, I'm not saying don't care about things that's important. Not caring about what person, place, or thing thinks, or or try to sway you to do something. No, you stay what's true to you. But long as it's righteous, though, start small and then work our way up to the big. Small victories are just important as big victories, because celebrate little small victories we have in our lives. It's wonderful, and just anything to keep that positive energy flowing, mind, body, and soul, man, and keeping our seeing, hearing, and feeling sharp. And the center of all that, as I heard from a great brother, the center of that inner verse is the psyche. You better have your psyche in check. It ain't no if. You better have it in check, because and I know we hear this a lot. We hear things like this from a lot of great teachers. Salute my brothers and sisters, family, those who just live in life and not caught up in the bull and the drama and the celebs and the fake politicians and just fake media. And as I explained on the podcast, I think it was when I had the cardinal on the front of it, how nature can be therapeutic and how you can get those real pure thoughts from Mother Nature and or the universe, and not so much swayed from social media. We go to Mother Nature, universe, that great divine, and get those divine thoughts and downloads, and then bring it to social media. We bring our own swing to social media, so to speak. We don't let social media rule us. No, we rule it. You know what I'm saying? Because once we control of oneself, nothing can stop us. Nothing. I don't give a damn what it is. Once you got control of your mind, body, and soul, your psyche, and nothing can penetrate you, you tell me what can stop you. So that's why we got all these reachers and teachers. I'm talking about the real ones now. Emphasis on real. That's why we got all these real, like-minded reachers and teachers out here and in our families. And that's brother, sister, young or old. I see it all the time. Like I say, it's a lot of toxic individuals out here, but we also got some righteous brothers and sisters out here. When you're in the right circles, that's what you'll see. It's all about perception, folks. It's all about what we want to see or what we want to have. But we got to get to those needs. Great Divine gives us what we need, and the wants will come naturally, righteously. And I always say righteous because, as I said, I don't want no demon, devil, none of that shit. I don't want nothing to do with that shit. Of course, we all have little quirks and things we have to deal with, and I do too. I get attacked just like everybody else. But I tell you what, I will always stay with that Great Divine, because we got to learn to forgive ourselves. When we do forgive ourselves, get back on board. Don't stay down in the dumps, because Great Divine didn't make no punks. Real talk. And like I say, sometimes our power can be subtle. Our power can be aggressive. It just depends on the environment one is stepping in or what we're encountering as far as person, place, or thing. But the one thing, man, that'll keep us strong and grounded in this life, and I don't mean like grounded like we stay grounded and don't do nothing. Tomorrow is talking about standing firm, like that example I gave of Neo in the Matrix, how he stands still in the mix of all the chaos. Not everybody can do that, but if you able to stand in the mix of chaos and still be firm and strong and speak your truth, salute yourself and pat yourself on the back, because that's not an easy thing to do, like being patient, silence, and like observing the world and seeing it for what it really is. Not a lot of people can do that, but there are those that can do that, and I've learned from many reachers and teachers that can do that, even members of my family. We ain't playing. We know what it is. We are working on our futures, and while we standing, enjoying the journey in our present. And I'm telling you, the two tools that will take us through, but it's got to be rooted in a righteous heart. Always got a right heart. Everything begins with a right heart. I don't care who we are. We got a right heart. We have a rotten heart. We ain't gonna get no damn where. I don't care how slick we think we is. The laws of nature and that Great Divine will prevail. And it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So if you want to make it in this life, and it always if you have education, that's good too. But seek to go higher, seek to go above and beyond the education, get in nature, read up things, look up stuff, research, listen to those who are in nature, listen to those who have been on this planet for a while, connect to brothers and sisters like that. Those who have transitioned, came back, talk to brothers and sisters like that. We can really know what's on that other side. So I'm telling you, that's the kind of things that people that's in this false sense of reality, they don't experience things like that, and it's kind of sad. So never ever, that's all. Like I say, danger, false sense of reality, that's the worst thing one can do for oneself. So I thank those for coming in to another nature podcast, and I got in my zone and I get to talk about my banner. This is actually at my workplace, and I've got a couple of other podcasts I did where I got my work, where I'm outside like this in my banner, because I like the trees and the sky and the green grass. It's just beautiful, man. That's what we got to do. We got to, hold on to those beautiful moments, whether it's with our families, something, a little small victory we have within ourselves, because that's always good too. When we could conquer something within ourselves, we can conquer the world righteously, though. Don't manipulate, don't trick. Just, even when it's not easy, stay right. There's a benefit to being right. Real talk. So, but we have to have the art of patience, the art of anticipation, and keep on working on our righteous present. So that's why I got this on my banner, because I just love how it makes me feel. I love how nature makes me feel when we really appreciate it and pay attention to it. So thank those that's been riding along, current subscribers, new subscribers, and look for more father and son discussions with my son, Lord Lamont. Look for more clips of my family down the road, and I'll keep on giving encouragement and just adding to culture and or humanity. So I want those that, like I say, set that tone every morning. Tell yourself it's gonna be a good day. And we are leaders and teachers. Remember, I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna drill this into you. We ain't no damn followers, And as I said, intelligence and success is a state of mind all day, every day. So stay strong out there. Stay firm. My brothers and sisters, generals, and family. Salute.